is up, party people? Um, Today we are playing Vanish. I don't know anything about this game. It's early in the morning, so I've got to keep it down. Um, Sorry, let me center myself. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, the, my last two videos, literally, I don't understand, man. I see people out there someone I saw earlier has 60 subscribers, yet they're getting like 200 views a video. While I have 10,000, and I like my last two literally got two. I don't like it. It really does piss me off. Like if you're not gonna watch my shit, I am gonna swear here. I do apologize. If you're not gonna watch my shit, just fuck off. I don't understand why these people subscribed if they're like like I said. I do apologize for swearing, but you know how frustrating it is. Like literally having 10,000 subscribers, but not like literally everyone's working literally not even getting a fraction of that. Not even getting a fraction of that. Because I don't even know what like a fraction of 10,000. Like that would still be a decent number. Not sure. Like I'm literally like two views. My last two and one actually. I think one. Two. One of those two views were actually me, so that's one view. So I'm literally 10,000, so 0.1, not even 0.1%, 0.001%. Like it's this is somebody see that thing anyway. You see that thing down there? Is that just my screen being weird? I think no, there's something there. I'm gonna put down my mic. Like it is annoying. Sound a bit. Alright, here we go. I just I try and be. Actually, I wonder how they got down in the sewer in the first place. How they enter in the sewer. How they got thrown in the sewer. Oh, looks like this person screwed them. It's how are you gonna escape? So you might not see it, but a lot of effort does actually go into these. The one that's still uploading is taken about, it's taken about 3 hours to upload. It's like for some reason it's nearly 15 gigabytes, and it's just been annoying to upload. But I've done it anyway. Yeah, no one's gonna. I don't understand why literally I just don't understand it. Like I know a majority of my subscribers come from the WWE videos, but I still have people that have came from other sources, not just WWE, because it wasn't until because I had about 300 or so subscribers. 300 I'd like to say. Um, Before I made that video, where have they gone, Hank? I'm not sure what's going on. All I'm getting is static on the radio, Phil. And you said we never needed these notepads, huh? When I woke I still want to keep this clean, even though like two of my other videos will literally smash or pass. I want to keep. I don't want to. Even though I did swear earlier, as far as I can avoid it, I was trying to watch the Tyson Paul fight as well, but I don't have like my mum has Netflix, and I used to have it on my TV down here, but then she stopped paying and it cut off. She started paying again, but like it's removed it from my TV down here. It's sad because I wanted to watch the fight. Quit dropping your keys, Hank. That's how we got lots down here last time. Have you checked the water pump room yet? Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, are we supposed to be picking these up like slender date pages? Oh, whoops, pressing the wrong button. This is like really weird and uncomfortable. The monster must. Whoa. What's all with the frame rate, man? Monster must have spawned in. Shouldn't really be running head first into things. It's not really a smart idea. Honestly feels like I'm stuck at a dead end. Damn it, at the ladder, but forgot the keys to the access gate, and I'm a less ghostic here. There's no way I'll be able to find them worse country, you know. I'm glad, because there are much worse countries to be born and raised in, Palestine, Pakistan, Iraq, Congo, Nigeria, South Africa, Republic of Congo. When I say the Congo, I mean I'm referring to the DIC. You know, to Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, no, even Morocco, man, it's still dirty and disgusting. You know, Niger, Ethiopia, Somalia, Jamaica, India, some parts of China, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Actually, Uzbekistan it isn't that bad. Brazil, Colombia, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Mexico, Haiti, how could I forget Haiti, Dominican Republic, Syria, Lebanon, Iran, Albania, Kosovo, Turkey, Romania, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, North Korea, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar. I mean, I'm sure you'll get the picture at this point, there are many, many worse countries to be born and raised in. Wow. sure you, now you would definitely agree with me. He ain't gonna watch this, but he would agree with me that Baltimore is not a place you want to be born and raised. There are many cities in America that you wouldn't want to be born and raised. Are there multiple of these things? What's going on here? Is it does it teleport? Are there more? What's going on? I like America, and the American girls as well. You just can't beat them. The only ones that could come close are Canadian girls, but Canadian girls are just American girls anyway, just with extra steps. Not even in general appearance, but the accent as well. I was on the train coming back from Stanford, and I think they were a lesbian couple. I don't, because they seemed very close. There's this mixed race looking girl and this white girl, and they were talking to each other. I can't do that accent, but their accent, I like their accent. British girls are like, yo mate, you got I can't do an accent. Yo mate, you got a fag, and they're this little ghetto trash. Not all of them. One issue that I have with British girls, real talk for a minute. When I was at college, there was this girl, she was white. Her name was Charlie. She, she's like one of the poshest. When I say posh, I don't mean like how she actually behaves in terms of her accent. She spoke very high society, very refined. But then she would say things one. I can't remember who it was, but one of the nicknames for some girl somewhere. I don't know. She was in the class. I can't remember. It was like Dotty something. She would use Jamaican slang words and urban slang, even though this girl, she obviously it wasn't about that. It was just. I'm not sure there are. Of course, there are white girls in America that come from high society and try and act all gangster. But I see it a lot. Well, then again, I haven't really been to America, so how can I say? I mean, hey, what am I talking about? I haven't been in. I wasn't in America long enough to tell. But there are a lot of girls out here that come from middle class backgrounds, some lower upper class, and try and they try and speak they're street raised. It's just like I said, you Americans, you got a bad baby, and he has his Australian mate. Look at me, mate, I'm Australian, mate. Don't ask what my ancestors did to the Aborigines, mate. American girls they're very cute and graceful. Not all of them, not all of them, not all of them, but they're more cute and graceful. They're more feminine, a lot more feminine as well, I believe. It's the girls over here, they're very they're very masculine in the way they behave and the way they speak. A couple about a week or so, just under I don't how long ago was it? I'd say a week. I was in a McDonald's, right? And I was in there for quite a while, and I was seeing the people that were coming in and out, and literally all the girls that came in would they were very loud, and they spoke with the back of their throat, and they sounded very gruff. I don't know how to describe it. And the three girls came in, I don't know where they've been. They must have been clubbing, but they had a bottle of red wine on the McDonald's table, and they didn't drink it or anything. They just had it. I mean, I don't know if they drank pollution and loud noises and things like that, I do not react well. You know, things like when I went to WWE Clash at the Castle. So, what can I do here? Yeah, I ain't doing all that again. No thank, I ain't. No thank you. So like WWE Clash at the Castle is like the loudest place, like loudest thing I've ever been to. But I was fine, like it was loud, it was uncomfortable. But I knew what I was getting myself into, So it really, didn't really affect me. But like America, I don't know what it is. Like your cars as well, like the cars, they're just so loud. I don't know what's going on in that country. I've never seen anyone mention this, but the cars in the US are a solid 3 times louder than the cars over here. And like it was just especially in New York, it wasn't really of an issue because, but like when you're like in the more suburban areas where there's like more space for people to drive faster, like the noise, it was just horrible, absolutely horrible. And like even with headphones on, like it didn't help like at all. And like that's like one of my issues is just how loud everything is. Like other thing like as well, you go like as well, like I don't know how to explain it, but everything's like very fast paced over there. Like I don't like I really don't know how to explain it, but like over here it's a lot more slow and relaxed. In the US, it's just it's just business, business, business. No time for anything else. It's just let's see who won the fight already. So let's see who won the fight. I wanted to watch the fight. Here's my prediction. I predict it's gonna be a draw, but let's have a look. Tyson versus Paul. Is an ongoing boxing. Wait, is it still not finished? What time? When are they supposed to fight? I think they're still fighting right now. But yeah, like America it's just like a very I prefer to take things slower, but it's still a nice place. But like I said, it's just it's like it or not, it's like the main country of the world. If there was going to be a capital of the world, it would be the US. Capital city, New York. Like anyone that disagrees, it's just trying to like let me turn this game off. It's just trying to preserve their pride. It's a very fast-paced place. Like I said, one of these days, it definitely ain't gonna be soon. Ain't gonna be anytime soon. I don't think so. But one of these days, I'm gonna return. But until then, I'm stuck in this hellhole that is like real talk. Like I ain't joking or anything. Like Britain, it honestly feels like a prison because in Britain, like you just trapped. Like this is like a cold, dark, grey island just full of crazy people. You might think I'm joking. I know it sounds funny, but that's the truth. That's what this is. This is a cold, dark, grey island of just absolutely insane people, you know, crackheads, gang members, you know, the whole 9 yards, man. You know, and in Britain, if you don't like a place, like, let's say if I didn't like you know, if I had the money, if I didn't like where I lived now and I moved to, let's say, northern Scotland, what is you know, like hundreds of miles away, I accidentally hit my mic, you know, hundreds of miles away, you know, it's going to be different, but, you know, there really isn't going to be that much, you know, it's like I said, it's going to be difference, but the difference isn't going to be as big as it should be. You know, let's say I lived in America, let's say I lived in New York and New York State, and I didn't like the state, and let's say I moved, you know, let's say I moved to Alaska. Like, look at the difference, you know, same country, you know, but like completely different, you know, culture, you know, like in the US, you've got the space, you got the freedom to just, you know, do whatever you want, and you got all these different states, you know, all these different cities, each one different and unique. Here in Britain, like you know, you got none of that. This place is honestly so horrible. Like I said, I'm not even joking. Like, I really don't like going outside anymore. In the US, I was out and about, you know, I was all these different places, you know, all these different restaurants, you know, whenever I could, you know, I enjoyed talking to the people over there. Over here, hell no, man. Like, imagine trying to talk to like, you know, like, even though I wasn't talking to people in the street, you know, like people trying to talk to me and whatever, like, I meant, like, no one would ever do that over here. And if they do, you know, it's not for anything positive. Let me tell you that, man. Let me tell you that. If someone wants to talk to you on the street out over here, it isn't going to be for anything positive. You know, over there, it was like straight, you know, especially Stamford, the suburbs, it's like straight out of the movie. You know, they got the white picket fences, you got the big houses with the nice green lawns, and it was beautiful. Over here, it's like, you know, unless you're like some rich kid that lives up in London, the suburbs of London, some rich suburb, you ain't getting any of that. You know, like I said, you know, if you know, in America, you've got the space and you got the freedom to, you know, do whatever you want, do whatever you like, you know, live your life. Like I said, you know, if you're from California and you don't like California, you know, move to Maine. You know, if you're from Maine and you don't like Maine, move to Idaho. You know, you've got all these different places, all these different things. You know, what the hell? Oh, okay. I thought something was wrong with my webcam for a minute, but it's just all the other ones got a massive loop. Yeah, like I said, I just don't like going outside, and you know, I will go outside, but I just don't enjoy it. I just don't enjoy it whatsoever. Like like even in a place like London, what's arguably like the best, you know, I'd say Worthing. Actually, I haven't been there for a while, but so, you know, Worthing possibly. I like I said, I haven't been there in a while. I don't know what it is like now, but you know, it was like the best place. Like, alright. So let's just say London's the best place to live, even though it isn't. You know, like, it really. I don't know if it is, but like, I believe like the best place in England is probably equivalent to, you know, like a mid-tier city out in America. So let's say Worthing is the best city in England. Worthing isn't gonna compare to like a low tier town in the state of Maine. Actually, I'm telling a lie. I have heard that Maine does have like drug problems. Alright, alright, like a mid tier. So let's say Portland, Maine. That seems fair. That seems like a mid-tier Maine town. You know, the best city in England is like equivalent to a mid-tier town in Maine. And you know, it's just, or let's say London. You know, Like, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. You know, it's just a much better place in my opinion. Because I hear a lot of British people like say that, oh, America, oh, the Americans are crazy. All they care about is guns and eating McDonald's, and they're all crazy and fat, and they all love shooting people. Well, then what are we? We're exactly the same, mate. But instead of shooting people, we stab people. We're worse than the Americans. At least the Americans, or at least some of them anyway, try and try and make conversation on the street. Then try and entre. Let me pronounce this right. Entrepreneur. I can't pronounce it. They got that entrepreneurial spirit. Like, look at all the different companies. Look at all the different however you pronounce it, all the different millionaires coming from America. You know, we've got none of that. Not saying we don't have entrepreneurs, but we don't have it. We don't have it the same way as the Americans do. We don't have the same drive that Americans have. We don't have that passion for things that Americans have. Nowhere near. When an American is into something, they're really into it. But when a British person is into something, you know, it's not really, you know, not really anything to well, except for football. I'm telling a lie. Except for football, we're really into football. That's the only thing. You know, if we're into football, we're really into football. That's the only thing that we actually have a passion about over here is football. No, other than that, I mean, not all British people, but I'd say the vast majority. We just, no passion, like I said, with the exception of football. And being racist, of course, and being a racist, of course. Gladly, racism, it isn't as bad as some other. I mean, I've never experienced, except for Spain actually. I was coming back, and I was going through the airport, and they just randomly picked me and my mom, I think, out of like all the people in the airport to check for drugs, and I was just like, you know, like, come on, man. To be honest, when I was coming back from the US as well, they like wiped something on my hand, I assumed to check for drug residue or whatever. But to be honest, they didn't randomly check me like they did in Spain. It's because like some alarm thing went off. So I can't blame them. Plus, it was like a Latino doing the check. I mean, the Latinos are racist from what I've heard. I've heard they do have a tendency to be racist, but I didn't experience any racism anyway. Latino, white people, none of that. Someone did stare at me on the street, and when I was in a shop, I was getting stared at quite a bit. But like, we can't say that's racism. It could be other factors. You know, it could be racism. I'm not saying it isn't, but anyway, I'm rambling on, aren't I? Oh, like, who won? Who won? I really wanted to watch that fight, man. Jake, what? Jake Paul won. Fuck me, man. I apologize for the swearing. Screw me, man. Jake Paul won. Holy cow. I knew I should have put some money down on Jake, man. I knew it. Yeah, man. I knew it. There was something telling me. Like, even though, like, I mean, actually, what am I talking about? But you can't predict. Like, you can't bet on the draw. At least, I mean, it might be different in other countries, but like everything I checked, like you couldn't bet on the draw. It was either Tyson or Jake. and I was gonna put some, even though I've never betted before, I just had a feeling that maybe I should put some, like it wouldn't have been like a whole heap of money. Damn, man, that's that's just that's just that's just crazy, man. So his record 58-6. Let me have a look background. Let me check YouTube. I want to see what some of the comments say. I wanted to watch the fight. Oh my god, that would have been such an experience, man. It's like for that. Wait, Dance Mom's edits say for Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight was totally staged. That's so weird. We got Dance Mom's edits literally watching the fight. It's crazy, man. Yes, that is it. That is all. Jake Paul won. Even though I was predicting a draw, like I said, if I was gonna put money down, I would have put it on Paul. That is, and like another thing, like America is the center of everything. There's a reason why Jake Paul and Mike Tyson didn't have their fight over here, because who cares about over here? Like the only interest, like the only major place over here is London. Who cares about Birmingham? Who cares about Manchester? Who cares about Cardiff? Who cares about Glasgow? Who cares about Belfast? No one cares. London is like the only like important city in this whole union. You know, in the US, like look at all the cities. Phoenix, I'm not sure why Phoenix was first. Los Angeles, Miami, Tampa, San Francisco, Seattle, New York City, Stanford, Portland, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Austin, Houston. Sorry, I'm shaking my mic. Let me move it quickly. There is going to be noise. Gonna move it again. Sorry. Newark, not New York, but Newark in New Jersey. Philadelphia, D.C., Pittsburgh. Where else? Columbus, Dayton. Well, there's another city in Ohio that I'm missing. Columbus, Cleveland, Chicago. What's that? Not Green Bay. I mean, like, who cares about Green Bay? So there's another one. What's the cat? Is it not Mil? I mean, you've got who cares about Milwaukee? This is another city, Minneapolis. I mean, yes, we have It's not as important as the other ones. Minneapolis, I guess. Anchorage, Honolulu, San Jose, Oakland. They got all these different cities. All these different towns. Each one has something interesting and unique going on. Each one has a unique story. What have we got? London. That's it. No other city in this country matters like at all. Like we could take out every city, every town in this country and only have London, and we wouldn't lose anything. We would not lose anything. Well, except for other football teams like Man City, we would not lose anything in this country anyway. Anyway, that is it. That is all. Thank you for coming this far. And I am out. This has been KSI Allergy Day.